All right. We are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and days and thems, and all that are here. We're happy that you're here. Who's this? Hey, bro, how's it going?
Thank
Somebody
God we
posted
could pull
about
you off.
us in Discord. Cool. The trope I love
Woo!
is getting here before everybody else does. That's a good fucking trope, Lemon. Uh,
Ah, shit. Fuck. Lemon, you got to stop jump scaring us, bro. Dude, seriously. Wasn't expecting
um,
it this episode.
Somebody posted about us in that Discord. Cool.
Oh, me
Thank
me
you.
thinks me must. I think me thinks that's a bot.
Oh, it's absolutely a bot with a fake ass fucking. Oh, they're talking about you here. Good. Nobody talks about us, so we're happy. If even if it's in a negative light, we're like, hey, you thought of us,
You fat bastards are doing a podcast. We should go talk shit about him. Okay.
right?
Oh, you
Fuck these
thought about me?
guys. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank
Yeah,
you.
right. Thank you.
Thank you for
Oh,
coming away from Arc Raiders for an hour and a half to do the show, Dead Man. We really appreciate it.
hey, in my defense, it's the first time I've arced any Raiders in like 3 days.
Dude, I finally finished Cold Snap, so I was like, fuck it. I'm not touching this game for a while. After spending a solid, I'd say 3 hours looking for a music album,
Mm-hmm.
I
You
stopped.
gotta know where to
I'm
go.
done. Yeah, I was done. I got all my snap berries. I got everything else. I don't need anything. I want to step away from this game for a little bit at least.
Walk us through the new look. What happened? You got in a fight with a
So
razor?
no, so I agreed with the girlfriend. I said my beard is annoying me. Every time I put an AirPod in, I could feel one of my side hairs go in with my ear pod. So it was irritating the shit out of me. So I told her, I was like, all right, I'll trim up my beard and then we'll call it good. You know, she's like, okay, I can agree with that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
head, this is about where we meet at a mutual standing with the head. But I tried to I tried to trim up the beard and it just did not work out. It looked choppy as shit. You had layers that weren't supposed to be there. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just shaving my face. So now I gotta look like I'm 13 for about a week or two. I hope everybody on the show can deal with it. And if you can't, well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's just how it's gonna happen.
Well, I'm not angry. I didn't, you know.
You seemed angry about it. You seem
No,
angry.
no, no. I was like, it's a new look. It's a new look. You know, like when you get used to the way some folks look, and you know, I know like everybody gets used to me with a big beard, and I still got the long hair. You know, just
I think if you ever went short hair, that would throw me off. Like I would stare at you intently
that would fuck
for
you
about a
up.
solid 10 minutes. Oh yeah. That's how Lemon Grab in chat says that's how I always end up with baby face too. I didn't want to. Okay. I wanted to keep some facial hair so you wouldn't have to see the no jawline and the turkey gizzard I got going on here, but unfortunately it didn't work out like that. So now we're stuck with this.
I had like the really long beard like a couple shows ago, and I was trying to shave, and the guard just popped off, just went, and I just went right down the center, and I was like,
Fuck, now I gotta go at all. Damn it.
factory reset. God damn it.
Well,
Look like Pendulette.
I was hoping. I was like, man, this is gonna work out well. You know, I'm still gonna have some facial hair. No, fucking nothing. And then when I checked the trash to see like all the hair that came off, my brother in Christ, there was a lot of grays. There was a lot of grays.
I get people get mad at me because I don't have a lot of gray in my hair despite my age.
Yeah, how? How? What is your secret? What is your secret, dead man? What do you use?
I'm preserved by alcohol.
I'm, I'm preserved by tequila.
You know, by
What's up?
whiskey. You know, fucking. But
Jack Daniels saves me a lot.
Jack Daniels, yeah. Not a sponsor, tubes.
I did. I'm sorry. Dead air. Gotta love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't see the title of the show, we are finally doing a show that I have been excited for a minute. Yes, we are talking about the tropes we love. Now, if you don't know what tropes are, they're a common thing in any writing, whether it be books, manga, comic books, hell, even video games, movies, television, any sort of media that uses a common trope. Like, let me just throw one out here. In a horror movie, when the slasher, no matter how fast somebody runs, they could be in a car that's going 200 miles an hour. They could go on a plane. All of a sudden, you see the slasher appear out of their window with no context of how they got there. They just ended up there. Friday the 13th and Halloween, I'm looking at you. It makes no sense that somebody that fucking tall and that fucking big could make it anywhere near that range in the short amount of time that you're giving them.
Yeah, I never got how Michael Myers could just teleport.
I am fully convinced that they give all slashers the ability to move incredibly fast or to just do the what's the guy's name in Jujutsu Kaisen that can clap?
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. I was gonna go
Yeah.
more of a Nightcrawler from X-Men, but I know what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, two different forms of nerd here, dead man.
Some old school, some new school. I get it. No, I like. Okay, so well, let's start with yours. What is one of your favorites, and then we'll go one that you hate. So, what is one of your favorite tropes?
Anger equals power. Anger equals power will always be one of my favorite tropes because my introduction to that and is still to this day, in my opinion, listed as one of the best transformations in anime. And I will argue this. I will fight this until the day I die. Goku turning into Super Saiyan 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if obviously you've seen it. Like, I don't have to tell you go see it. You've seen the Super Saiyan transformation.
Of course, yeah.
But I love people having that pool of power located in like their loins. And then as soon as something irritates them to the fullest extent of their ability, they tap into that, and it's just a next level ass whooping that always follows.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, it's not a simple like, oh, I'm mad, new power, doo, and then done. No, I mean it is full on ground, fucking just beating that like a 15-year-old finding out about Skinamax.
That's a lot of beating. That is some heavy beating, man.
Right. It's fun to see. It's fun to see. I love seeing an ass whooping after a new power up. It's beautiful.
Growing up in the 80s, like I did, and growing up in the 90s, a weird hybrid of being this old, there was something that we had in our generation, which was the quippy protagonist. You know what I mean? John McClane. That type, you know what I mean? The guy that always had something smart to say before they killed the bad guy. You know, the one-liners, time to die, Beckett. You know what I mean? Or, you know, fucking, that's actually funny. They're both named Beckett. Hey, welcome. Oh, cool. Thank you.
Got 6 bullets in my gun. I've shot 5. Did I shoot 5?
You know what I mean?
Did I shoot 6?
Did I fire 6 times or 5 times? You want to find out, punk? And you're just like, yeah, find out.
Find out, show me, let me hear it. I think that's something that's missing from a lot of action movies nowadays.
But like, that's a trope, right? But where we've gone to is the protagonist a few words, and I like that so much more. I like it so much more because while I love John McClane, I love the Dirty Harry types. You know, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, let off some steam, Beckett. You know, that kind of bullshit. You know, I'll be back. You know, that kind of bullshit. I love that bullshit. But what I love even more so is the protagonist of few words. The guy that hardly says shit and still gets shit done. You know what I mean? Like John Wick, perfect example. You know what I mean? You're feeling pretty pissed off, John? Yeah. You know, I'm just like, ooh, that's good. Ooh,
there's going to be some stuff coming. I know it. I see it. I sense it in my gut. It's coming.
More so when they give him such poetic fucking lines. One of the best lines that ever come out of John Wick was in the first movie when they got him tied up and they got him like all, you know, they're about to, you know, suffocate him. And he's like, you know, people keep asking me if I'm back and I haven't really had an answer. But now I'm thinking, yeah, I'm back. So you can give me your son or you can die screaming next to him. And I was like,
oh, okay. Oh, damn. Nicholas,
you know
Cage,
what I mean? Like
a FNAF ripoff.
Oh, Woody's Wonderland. Yeah. Also another good. Yeah, where he doesn't speak a lot and he doesn't say. Actually, I don't think he actually has.
No, he's a silent. He's a silent protagonist. He's a silent protagonist.
He doesn't have a line in the entire fucking movie. So that's one of my favorite tropes is the those few words protagonist and how well sometimes that can translate how much fun it can be. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean even Wolverine in his movies was that type of
Yeah,
protagonist.
it doesn't talk a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't say a whole lot. Like in the comics, he's a little bit more chatty. You know, like you got to give a little bit more, have him talk. Just
Well, of course, you
I,
can have just like there is a series called Nuff Said. I think I challenged you to read it. And
I don't recall that.
yeah, I think I have, and it's literally no dialogue. Like they're just telling the comic book story through the pictures and the illustrations themselves.
Nope, I can't say that I've read that one, boy. Not even gonna lie. I'll have to look that one up. But see, I would rather have a protagonist who says few words over a completely silent protagonist, and then just have everybody else around him speak for him.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just don't get the same reaction. Like I know everybody says Half Life and Half Life 2, it's great the way that he doesn't say a word, but you're just thinking you have all of these things around you and you don't got nothing to say about it. Like you're watching these bug things crawl towards you, and you got to beat them with a crowbar, and you're just like,
But then on the other hand, you do have like Isaac, Isaac from Dead Space, who was a silent protagonist until the remake where they gave him lines, and then it became a whole different story.
I see. I liked that. And I know there's a ongoing discussion of like, oh well, he should have stayed quiet in the remake. They should have. Hold on a second, I gotta. Whoa, too much, just enough. So I like that because the thing is Isaac didn't go into this being some super badass space marine. Okay, he didn't go into this being some big killer who knew how to work a gun. He didn't even have a gun. That was a tool. That was
Yeah.
a tool that he had found and ended up using as a weapon. So the fact that you are going into this and being silent, I'm sorry, if I'm going into a alien's feeding ground, I'm not going to stay quiet, especially seeing some of the creatures that you see. You're not going to be quiet seeing some of those. Like making him silent wasn't exactly a terrible thing, but it was not as immersive as it could have been with him having actual lines.
I think there. I think the few lines that they did give him was right in the middle. It was the happy medium. They didn't make him a chatty protagonist on Nathan Drake in Uncharted, but they did make him just vocal enough so that the players can relate to his emotions and what's happening. So, okay, those are two of our favorites. What's one that you absolutely fucking hate?
Oh, one that I fucking hate. There always, there always has to be the comic relief side character that gets his redemption arc in the last fucking set of the show, movie, or insert. You know who I am talking about because this character is the bane of my existence.
Zenitsu is not that bad.
Yes, he is. Zenitsu is a terrible character. I don't care what you say. You should not have you should not have to wait until the second to last arc of the entire story before he finally nuts up and shuts up. Like he actually does both of them. I understand. The whole thing is when he falls asleep, he unlocks the powers of his master's training. A dirk, a herkadur. I don't find that entertaining because while he is awake, he is a pervert character. And I know we could compare that and being like, well, you like One Piece, so that means you must like Sanji. And it's like, the thing is,
Him and Sanji are not comparable.
but you'd be fucking surprised how many people have
Oh,
compared
I
him and
know.
Sanji.
I know. I'm making that statement as our show that they are not comparable.
No, nowhere even close. Because you want to know what we got in the whole cake arc? An explanation of why he favors females. Like we got a whole explanation. And you want to know something? The ass whooping started in the beginning of this and continued after we got an explanation of what happened. We didn't get a fucking thing with Zenitsu until the Infinity Castle arc, which a lot of people, that's another argument that I've been annoyed about for a week. But I don't like joke characters that it seems like the only reason that they're getting a buff up or an explanation as to why the way they are is because of they couldn't find anything else to do with him, or they've been hiding some secret thing. It's
Oh,
like
cool.
some
They're still
secret,
posting about us in some Discord. Look at that.
and they're talking about a lot of us.
I know, right? Lurking.
Damn.
What's up, Mustard? I mean, I like it, but that's because I'm old school. I like it because I'm old school. I guess it was Demon Hunters, one of the original ones. They call her a beanpole, but one of the joke characters is this like ditzy knight type, and he has a magic sword, whatever. But when he locks in and actually activates the magic sword for what it is, it's pretty badass. But I also I like when joke characters are given that ability, because it's like the reason I joke is because I can do what I do. You know what I mean? Like there's certain characters that are joke characters that um are very powerful. You know what I mean? And then they hide that power behind humor, or they hide that power behind throwing fights and stuff like that. And I kind of like that. Kind of like God, there's so many weird examples of that I have to like narrow one down, but I absolutely
There's a bunch of
understand.
them, yeah.
Huh?
I mean, Ed is a perfect example. Like Ed, he's a joke character, but when he locks in, he locks in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um.
okay. Fuck what I had to say about that one. You got it, buddy.
No. I'm trying to think. I'm like you're right. And also Full Metal Alchemist is another. The two main characters, Alphonse and Elric. You know, they're both pretty jokey. And in fact, a lot of Brotherhood, and even though in a good chunk of the original series, doesn't focus on them but the world around them. And it's when they lock the fuck in that you're like, oh, there's a reason he's the Full Metal Alchemist. Oh, there's a reason this fucking 16-year-old, 17-year-old kid is a deadly motherfucker. You know, like when he goes up in one of the cities of sand, and he's got that chimera hanging off his metal arm, and he's like, "What's the matter, kid? He can't get a good bite. Fuck you!" And he kills the goddamn chimera, and he tears off his sleeve, and it's this metal arm, and he's like, "Yeah, you know what? I think it's time to stop fucking around. Come here." And it's like, ooh.
I hate to use these examples because I'm not like a Naruto glazer at all. Naruto is actually at the bottom of my like to watch list, but Jiraiya is the top one. Jiraiya for me will always be a joke character who, when he locked in, it's over. It's done. So it's completely finite. And then another one in the same show would be Kakashi, because they were played off as joke characters in the beginning. Like, they were like, they're sages or they're teachers. But once we got to see them in actual fights, the ass whoopings that followed were amazing. They were next level.
Yeah, no, but I understand. I understand, because when it's used badly, i.e., Zenitsu, it does lose a lot of its power. It does lose a lot of what makes it like a cool, trope, a good, good. They make it a cop out and not a writing point. You know what I mean?
That's what bothers me, is it's not a writing point. It's just like it feels like they had nothing to do with him. They had no specific idea of what to do with his story. So they're just like, here's a story if you want it. Because Inosuke, unfortunately, Inosuke and Zenitsu are they're the same coin, but they got handled in two different ways. Inosuke, when we see his backstory, it feels like you understand more of why he's batshit crazy. Because Inosuke is always locked into whatever he does. Like, he always goes balls to the wall. It's always next level. It's always out there. It's never. It doesn't seem like it's out of character for him to do. But then you have Zenitsu, who, again, Infinity Castle arc, we see the backstory, but when we see his, it's like, so all of this is happening because you're a chicken shit and you can't do it while you're awake.
Yeah, I like I think that's funny in and of itself. Uh I like the space between the coward and like the actual fighter. Like that's what kind of makes it interesting for me. You know what I mean? Like kind of you're gonna fucking hate me for this. You're gonna absolutely despise me for
I
this.
already despise you for guarding Zenitsu with your life on
No, no,
this
no, no.
episode.
I'm not guarding Zenitsu. What I'm saying is that I like that aspect. However, I do recognize. Here's where you got to pay attention. I do recognize that with Zenitsu, it's bad writing because they're using it as a backdoor and not addressing the actual issue.
Okay. All right.
So you got to
Okay.
remember you got to remember that another character that is like this that I absolutely love and he is like that is Brayden Devereaux.
Explain that one. I'm trying to see the similarities on that.
Jokey, kind of a hands off, don't want to fuck with nothing, don't bother me. Is kind of a dick to those around him, drives people away. But when it's time to lock the fuck in, there is nobody more powerful on the playing field in his neck of the fucking, playground. And he's able to go toe to toe with some of the most powerful characters in the universe that we have at large. But you look at him outside of those contexts, and he's just a jokey dickhead. And in fact, he's even accused several times in his own story of being a coward.
Man, I don't see it. Unfortunately, I don't
That's
see it.
fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Sit here
It's
trying to
okay. It's okay that you
I'm
don't see
trying to
it.
put the similarities between each other, and I'm just not seeing it.
No,
Because
no,
with
no.
Zenitsu, like he cries, runs, pisses himself in the other way, where Braden Devereaux is kind of just like,
Yeah, I
is this
know.
really worth my time? Because I guess that's the difference between Zenitsu, who has powers, he just doesn't know they're there when he's awake and coherent. Where you have Braden Devereaux, who is like, I know I can do it, but do I want to?
Yeah.
That is the big
Could I be
difference for me.
bothered to do
Yeah,
it?
like how much am I going to get paid for doing this? $5? Nah, nah. That ain't worth my time. I like my joke characters, but I want them to be. If there's a joke character, I want them to be a full send, and
Kind of
I
like
don't.
Satan from DBZ.
Yes, like a Mister. I want like a
Mr.
Mister
Satan.
Satan.
I keep forgetting that the English it's Mr. Satan. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Mister Satan, Hercule, whatever you want to call him.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. So like yeah, he's 100% coward piece of shit, full send
Full. I
schmuck.
love that. Oh, I love that because it's just full on. Like I could beat anybody in the universe. Cell shows his face. I'm gonna fucking die. Yeah.
And then you got but we'll end it with that like because I do agree that that is a trope to hate absolutely when it's used as a backdoor when it's used as a bad writing tool it is absolutely a trope to hate. What is a trope that I hate?
You haven't been thinking about it this entire time?
No, I've been thinking about like I pay attention to what you say. I respond to what you say. I don't just fucking wait for my turn to speak. um
I can't do that. I'd lose my shit if I sat there and waited because it's like, oh, there's 5 ideas that have already went past. He's been talking. You're fucked, buddy. You're gonna pause and then you got to think of a thing, not a
I
single thing.
well, I'm trying to like shape the way I want to word it. The characters that heroes that never lose
Plot
is
armor.
not only plot armor because Batman has plot armor, but we get
Oh,
we
like
get
a motherfucker.
explanations. We get explanations for why Batman has plot armor. You know what I mean? But what I'm talking
Something
about
else.
is characters that should lose but never fucking do, i.e., heroes. The Superman type versus Skylar. Skylar is he steals powers. He learns. He is smarter than everybody. He is a monster. But he always loses to the Superman character because that's the way the writers wrote it. He's not supposed to win when it doesn't make any fucking sense. Goku is another one.
Oh,
Goku
it's
technically
hard.
never loses because he just levels up and keeps going until he wins, and it's bullshit. There's it's been fucking shown through scaling, not even through scaling, but through goddamn transformative math that if you can't beat Frieza, but Trunks can beat Frieza, why can't Trunks beat you?
That's why Dragon Ball Z got a little weird after a while. Got a little weird.
And that
Feel like
I can't
Super.
stand that.
Feel like
That's
they
what
should have
pisses me
stopped it
off.
after the Boo arc. After the Boo arc, they should have definitely stopped it there. Now, a lot of tropes we're bringing up, we can easily point this to Dragon Ball Z because that's been 3 mentions of it so far. Actually,
Yeah.
3 different tropes have been brought up with Dragon Ball Z. So if that doesn't show you how weird the writing is for that, then I don't think nothing will. I never understand that when they can't let a character get his ass handed to him. Like not even a full on, not even like a full on loss, like not even a death. Okay.
But no, Devereaux's house. If you were a cop, welcome to the show, Danny. Um, the reason I'm using TBZ is because it is the easiest to have zero justification on the other side of it. You know what I mean? Because we can say Batman. Yes, Batman does have plot armor, but we have explanations for why Batman has plot armor. Two-Face said it in one of the more recent comic books. I think it was like 5-6 years ago. Two-Face was some random thug finds out that Batman is Bruce fucking Wayne, and goes around trying to sell the secret that Batman is Bruce Wayne. He gets approached by all the supervillains, and all the supervillains are going, "You need to shut the fuck up. Here's money. Keep your fucking mouth shut." In fact, Penguin goes as far as to like lure him in with a bunch of money and is planning to assassinate him on the way out of the room. But it comes down to Harvey Dent. Harvey is the one that actually sits this thug down and tells him, "We know. So many of us know. So many of us figured it out years ago. But here's the thing, dickhead. Bruce Wayne and Batman are two very, very, very different things. And if Bruce Wayne no longer exists or no longer has a reason to exist, things will get so much worse for us. Because there is no longer a shred of humanity left for him to uphold. You dumb fuck. This guy will come for us in ways we have never anticipated before. And if you take that away from him, if you take Bruce Wayne away from Batman, there's nothing but Batman left. And none of us want that.
No.
So take your
Breaks his
shit.
arm over a dime bag.
Yeah, take your shit, go the fuck home, and shut the fuck up. So this thug, this thug is like, I don't know what that fuck means. I don't know. I'm just, just a thug, whatever. And Batman teaches him a fucking lesson. In the end, Bruce Wayne is the one that's waiting for him outside of an apartment after he gets into this huge fight. The thug gets into a fight with his son, and he's waiting. Bruce Wayne is waiting for him outside the apartment. He hands him a ticket and like 50 grand and says, "This is a ticket to Metropolis or some fucking or Silver City or Mid City. Go start a new life." And the thug is like, "But I know," and he goes, "Oh, I know you are. I know you know, and I know." And he goes, "Well, what happens if I decide to come back?" And Bruce Wayne looks at him and he goes, "Then Batman will be waiting."
I'll tell you which one I'd rather fucking deal with. It's definitely not the guy that flaunts around in a bat suit all night.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I was talking with my brother, and I was like, "Do you realize how terrifying it is to be on the other side of Batman, not knowing that's Bruce Wayne, not even knowing if he's human, being on the other side of Batman, being enemies with the Bat. Think about that. Just erase everything you know about him being Bruce, about him being human, because so many of them don't think he's human. Most of his supervillains don't think he's human. Just imagine being on the other side of that, and how fucking terrifying that would be."
No, 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 no. No, thank you. Like I said, that is a scary thought to ever get into my brain. Just because I'm sorry, if you want to try and fight somebody that has a contingency plan for every superhero in existence, and the only one that he doesn't have a plan for is a guy that can split molecules down to the atom, that's the only guy that he doesn't have a contingency
Oh,
plan
Plastic Man.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah, Plastic Man is the only person he doesn't have like a set fucking plan for. I'm sorry, if somebody has
Because
that
it's
many,
Plastic Man. He's a gag character.
but still, I mean, even if Batman is saying even if Batman is saying, just pray to God he doesn't turn.
Yeah.
Why? Because I got nothing.
Keep
I got
hoping
nothing.
he's on our side.
Yeah, I got no idea. Nothing. Not a single clue on what we're gonna do here. So if he turns evil, I'm packing my shit up and I'm going to Metropolis. Y'all have fun.
I'm leaving.
Because that is no longer my problem.
So that's my trope that I hate is they won't let him lose, because even John Wick, second mention of John Wick, John loses a lot. He's not the untouchable hero. He gets thrown out of windows. He gets thrown downstairs. He gets shot. He gets stabbed. He gets fucked up. He gets, you know what I mean? He's on the losing end several fucking times. And he has to be saved several times. So, you know what I mean? He's not this untouchable tank of a human. You know, he's unstoppable, but that's because John is made of sheer fucking will. But
and that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to let your characters lose every now and then.
yeah. I mean, fuck, the beginning of the series, the beginning of the entire premise of John Wick is because he gets jumped by a bunch of thugs and his dog gets killed. Like, some super badass character that could never lose would not have lost to the thugs. He would have killed the thugs. They would have killed his dog, and he would have gone looking for revenge for the dog. But no, John loses. John absolutely gets jumped in his living room, gets fucking beat with a bat, and then kicked within an inch of his life, and then he goes on the murder spree. You know what I mean?
The ass whooping is not bad. It's what happens after the ass whooping that we really got to appreciate. Because I mean, shit, one of my favorites, and this is a personal favorite, Kinnikuman.
Mm-hmm.
One of my personal favorite manga / anime stories. He even loses sometimes during the Hawaii arc when he wrestles to get the American National Championship. He loses during the second, I think it's the second Chojin Olympics. It's either the second or the third. I can't remember which one it was. It was one of the Chojin Olympics. I mean, it's a long fight between him and it's either Kevin Knight or, oh, fuck me if I can't remember the robot guy's name. But he loses at the Chojin Olympics. It's not bad to have your main character take an L every now and then because it shows that they can grow from that loss. It shows that they can learn why they got their ass kicked in that fight to better themselves further on. I mean, this is a very loose one to use because I'm using very old Baki and not new age Baki. So like kind of work with me here. But in Baki the Grappler, him and Jack go at it. And I mean, it's close. Like it's not even one of those, oh, he powered up to win. No, it's like he won by a nut hair. It wasn't like a far out fight. He didn't gain a new power up. He's just like, you know what? I thought I could handle this with precision and technique. I just got to go hands now.
I cannot. Yeah, and I think other characters that fall into the, you know, they lost and they're better for it. Berserk, Guts loses a lot all the time.
The Eclipse is a loss,
Yeah.
a big one.
You know, even Cowboy Bebop, Spike loses. You know what I mean? Like all these characters who are, you know, otherwise indestructible. You know, like even Bruce Lee in some of his movies, yeah, he takes L's. You know what I mean? So,
and that's not bad.
and it's not bad. So I hate the fucking trope when they won't let when they won't let the character lose. I hate that.
Yeah, because it loses the umph behind the story. I mean, I think that's, again, I'm going to mention this again, but it has to be brought up. I think that's another reason people are so sick of Dragon Ball Z because, like you said, it looks like he's going to lose until a new hair color is introduced, and then bada boom, bada bing, we're back to on the winning side, and it's ridiculous. It's sad.
Yeah.
I mean, even one of mine, One Piece. like Luffy has suffered losses.
Yeah.
He's caught a couple losses here and there. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
he
I think
catches
losing
L's.
your yeah, I think losing your brother and having to take a 2-year training arc, I think that is a massive, massive L to come back from. With your brother having a giant hole in his chest. Oh,
Yeah.
and tell whoever you know that I now agree with him that Oda needs to get back to writing because we are on our third 2-week break and we're just starting the year off.
Yeah, that's my son. I'll let him know.
Yeah, let him know I said that because I went to go read the new chapter today and I seen next chapter will be available in 8 days and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
I'm not. I'll let him know. I'll let him know. I'm not gonna dive into One Piece right now. So let's move.
No, that's a whole episode on its own.
So let's move past that. What's another trope you absolutely love?
Oh, another trope I love. Fuck, I haven't even thought about another one. That was my one. Okay, so I know we were talking about characters that have the one-liners or who are very seldom say things, and when they do, it's sort of philosophical or they have a deeper meaning to it.
Yeah.
I love characters that make jokes the entire time, i.e., Deadpool, or to go even a little further,
The merc with the mouth.
Yeah, I love.
I'm sorry, who?
Boba. I'm not saying the entire fucking name.
Who?
Eat my
What?
ass.
Who?
From the back.
What?
From the back.
Who?
Okay, fine. Yeah, I'll say the entire thing. Boba.
Thank you. No, yeah. I love that character.
I do. I like the jokes because I love joke shonen. And if you don't know what that is, joke shonen is it takes all of the things that make your favorite shonen, i.e. Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Black Clover. You put a shonen in, it's there. They take all of the common tropes that shonen uses and cranks them up to about 938. A perfect example of this is One Punch Man. One Punch Man is a joke shonen. I will fight anybody who says it's just a normal one. It is a joke one because it takes the superhero taking fucking 3 hours to get to the fight scene and then just one punch and done, over with. It's everybody else is dead. They've died. They've gotten their ass whooped. The entire universe is on the brink of collapse. And then he shows up and he's just pop.
And
That's it.
And I think
There's
even
more.
funnier is that in the longest scale of things, Saitama actually does lose. He does have losses.
Yeah,
Just
because he doesn't have anybody who's up to his standards.
no. They're some of them are philosophical losses, but one of them is absolutely a loss. The absolute loss is the martial arts tournament.
Oh, I was thinking of the fly.
No, the mosquito. You mean?
Yeah, I was thinking of when he was fighting the mosquito when he couldn't beat it. That was mine.
Yeah, and the karate and the martial arts tournament, he loses. He gets disqualified for having a wig.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And in the philosophical sense, he loses because he sacrifices his own credibility and reputation to boost up the other heroes that were hurt by the Sea King.
Man, that's a little too much deep thinking for like something that.
Like I said, it's philosophical. Yes, I understand that it's philosophical, but in my in my mind, I do think of it as a loss because he is literally the guy that has saved King and other heroes, and Genos.
God.
But him standing before that crowd, knowing what they're saying, and then absolutely throwing himself under the bus so that they can look even better, at his own detriment. I'm like, yeah, that is a loss, and I like that.
I understand. When it comes to that, looking, which is kind of weird because, like I said, Kinnikuman, one of my favorites, also somebody that makes jokes during the entire thing. I think One Punch Man, when it comes to a joke shonen, it's a little far out there. And I think that's a little too deep thinking for something that deals with somebody that does one punch. like comes in one. I think that's too philosophical for something like that. Because I
And
mean,
that's why
you
it's
can
good, because it's hiding literally in plain sight.
I don't think it's hiding in plain sight, my boy. I don't think it's hiding in sight because Marshall is the same shit. Marshall does the same
Mashal?
thing.
Yeah.
Mashal, is it Marshall or Mashal?
Mashal. Mash.
It's Mashal. Okay, I thought it was Marshall. Wow, I've been saying it wrong this
No.
entire time. But I mean, Mashal does the same thing. He comes in and comes into a Harry Potter esque fucking school and does fist of bicep. Done.
I'm sorry. My favorite Mashal moment will always be, you're committing a crime. You've committed a felony. Bitch, in for a penny, in for a pound. And I'm sorry, what? And proceeds to fucking beat the shit out of the professor. I'm like, that's it. I officially love this fucking anime.
Oh,
I love this fucking, for that single goddamn, any other, even in a joke manga or anime, they would have like, oh, you're committed a crime. Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. Mashal, in for a penny, in for a pound.
my favorite.
If
My
I'm gonna get a
favorite.
score, might as well be the highest. Come here,
My
bitch.
favorite thing was when they were fighting the female and he goes up behind her and like she thinks he's giving him a hug because he's got his arms wrapped around her waist and she's like, "Oh, I'm good. He's gonna fall right into my trap." Suplex into the ground, indent suplex.
Yeah.
I laughed way too hard at that scene, more than I should have. Or
The way his
or
hands lock, dude, like when she's reaching and then he just even go grip. And I was like,
he's about to suplex her, ain't her?
belly to belly suplex.
About to Kurt Angle this bitch, ain't he?
And he did. And I thought it was amazing. So character is a joke all the time. Like yeah, kinda like a Deadpool, a John McClane from Die Hard. God, they're
Or Suguru Kinekuman. That's
Kanekuman, definitely.
don't say Kinekuman. I'll like that is a good example. I don't even need the push of my farts. Will forever be one of my favorite lines. I love it. I love it. Give me more of it. Translate it faster, you fucks. I am still on 845, but for some reason 867 is translated. Make it make sense. Sorry, I've been trying to stay up on it, and like the translators are fucking slacking. So, anyways, what's your next favorite trope, or else I'm gonna start yelling at translators.
One is one of my favorite tropes.
See, if I would have known we were doing a tropes episode, I would have caught up a little bit.
That's all right. My God.
Yeah,
What
you
am I
gotta think about it.
no, like I'm trying once again to just
Be able
shape.
to word it right.
Yeah. One of my favorite tropes is the one that's rarely used is the nerd that can fight.
Give me an example. Like, give me.
The Power Rangers remake in like 2012 or 2013. They had one of the characters. He's kind of nerdy, whatever. And the bully comes around. Dude slaps the shit out of him, and he's like, "Oh, well, he's like, you slapped me." And he goes, "Yeah, and I'll do it again. Keep fucking with this kid." And he does, and he slaps the balls out of him. And he's like, "Yeah, leave the fucking kid alone, or I'll come back around and I'll fuck you up too." And I was like, I absolutely love that.
I love this. Why don't we see more of this? Why don't we get more nerdy kids?
Yeah, they can
balls to the
fight.
wall.
You know what I mean? And it's a big trope in manga. You know what I mean? High School of the Dead. You know, the fat kid who was almost completely useless and everywhere else, but hand him a fucking gun, and the guy's a savant. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Willie
perfect.
the hobo. Yeah.
I mean, perfect example of this would be oh fuck, I'm forgetting his name. Okaroon from Dandadan. The beginning of the
I haven't really watched Don Don. It's
Haven't
on my
really
list.
watched
It's on my list. It's on my
okay,
list.
as long as it's on your list. As long as it's on your list. I mean, actually, we have two perfect examples of nerds that can fight in Dandadan. We have Okaroon, and then we have the fat guy that comes into their little group a little later on. And I mean, this dude is. There's no hiding that he's supposed to be the otaku type is what they're going for. That's the sort of vibe they're trying to give him. But because this is still new, so I will follow the spoiler rule. Um, but he does get an amazing power up during one of the big fight scenes. So like, oh yeah, absolutely. I love when you give a character like no redeeming qualities whatsoever. They're a pervert, they're fat, they don't say anything redeeming, they just seem like a piece of shit, and then out of nowhere just come straight with hands. And then
Yeah.
hands them out left and right. Like Okaroon, yeah, he might be a nerd, but after he gets his after he gets his testicles snatched, then next thing you know, he can hand them out left and right. It's amazing to see because you just know there are a bunch of people that have that same mentality of getting bullied in school or nerds in class, and they see something like that and they're like, you know what, maybe I can fight, maybe I can stand up for myself. Don't practice it in school because 9 times out of 10 you might get your ass whooped, but
I
still
just
it's nice to
thought of
be there.
another character that falls into that, and we can't mention that series, so have to move past that example.
Why?
Oh, here, I'll send you the name of the series because you'll be
That
like,
wouldn't be a smart
oh,
idea because I'll say it.
no, you won't. Once you see what it
Oh, we
is.
can. No, I wouldn't count him as a nerd. I wouldn't count that as a nerd. I would count that as, I guess when I think nerd, I think of
Well,
small.
okay, so I guess yeah, weak and helpless types. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
somebody. I guess Eminence and Shadow is another one that definitely Eminence and Shadow like the perfect example of that. Like Eminence and Shadow, what's his name? Kind of gets bullied for the first, episode of the story, and everything else, and he's kind of worthless otherwise. But then it turns into any kind of violent scenario, and this guy is a monster. He's a beast to be reckoned with, and yeah. That's probably one of my top favorite tropes is nerds that can fight.
Okay. All right. Okay. I can agree with that. Once you sit down and actually think about it, I'm still trying to think about that one you just sent me. Like that's not even. That's just
I'll explain later. I'll
okay.
explain after
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah. Explain after call because I'm trying to figure out how. Anyways. Yeah. Anyways, skipping past that, I have a whole list of people I could think of, but I can't put a name to a face right now, and it's driving me absolutely bonkers. It's driving me insane because I can see a bunch of characters. God fucking bless me if I can actually name any of them. But I do like the nerdy characters being able to get a leg up. It's nice to see every now and then.
It is, like I said, like one of the weirdest parts about High School of the Dead was the fat otaku nerd type who went to America to go spend time with his uncle, and then comes back a gun savant. I love that. I loved it. It was so stupid, but it was like one of the funniest fucking things. And I was like, it kind of makes me feel good. You know what I mean? Like he spent a year in America or 2 years in America. I can't remember which one with his uncle, and just comes back and is able to just operate all these weapons and all these military like grade stuff and all this military stuff. I'm just like,
Would
that's
you
what the
would
nerds
you
do.
count My Hero Academia in that category?
Definitely,
Would you
absolutely,
count Deku in
Deku,
that category?
Deku,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Now why? Because we knew the powers were coming. Like he had the main character hair. He had the don't have a quirk starting out, but he still ends up being one of the. He's still. I mean, Jesus Christ, My Hero Academia has been done for months now. If you haven't read it or watched it, that's you. But yeah, he ends up beating All for One. So like we seen that coming. So from a mile away, we knew he was going to be one of the world's greatest superheroes. So I mean, would you really count that?
Yes,
Even though he did have a very weak start to the series, you would
yes,
count that?
yes, and I'll tell you why. All of his wins before he goes full, all before he goes full, one for all. He outthinks them. He outthinks every enemy. Like every every enemy he encountered, especially for like the first 3 seasons, there's no way he should have won those fights on just powers alone. No, he outthought every single one of them. He was like, I remember this from this fight, I remember this from this encounter with All Might, I remember, you know what I mean, the way this character moved from when he fought All Might, or you know what I mean,
Remember the
fucking
narrator telling me this?
yeah, you know what I mean, like that kind of thing. He absolutely outthought all his opponents. Even when he had no powers, he still went in to save his best friend.
Okay.
He threw the backpack. He was still fighting, and he saved his best friend. What's his name should have been dead, but
Bakugo?
yeah, Bakugo. Thank you. I couldn't remember his name. He should have been dead, but
May hate the series, but man, if I don't remember shit from it.
but he should have been dead with that slime monster. But
Oh yeah, 100%.
Deku absolutely threw his backpack, rushed in, used the monster's weakness against it, and won. And so yeah, absolutely, he was. And that's one of the reasons I kind of latched on to Brotherhood for I'm sorry, yeah, My Hero Academia, was because he was a nerd. He was a nerd that outthought all his opponents. The strength in the end helped him, but he was the one who was like, oh, there's the weak point. Oh, this is how it moves. This is the analysis. This is what they're doing. And used brains rather than brawn. All Might uses bronze, not brain, which is kind of why he was like the top heroes, because he hit first, ask questions, never.
The good old Ash Williams way of thinking.
Hell yeah.
Shoot first, ask questions never.
Shoot first, think never.
God, I hope I want more Evil Dead, but in the same vein, I don't want more Evil Dead. If you
I
want me to
want
be
more
honest,
Evil Dead. No, all the Evil Dead.
in my opinion, Evil Dead ended with Ash versus Evil Dead. Anything after that is just a horror movie with the same name.
No. Evil Dead
Yes.
has always been meant to be expanded, and Sam has said that since the beginning.
Well, that's I mean, I don't know why I'm saying this. I'm still going to go see it in theaters. Like if I hear new Evil Dead's coming out, I'm still going to go see it.
Fuck yeah. Evil Dead Burn coming out this year. I'm going to be there.
Oh shit, that comes out this year.
Yeah. It comes out in a few months, actually, not too long down the line.
Okay, so we're coming on the last half of the show, and we're gonna do like our last like tropes that we despise.
Yes.
One trope I cannot stand is killing a villain, like full on killing him. There's no way of coming back, but then bringing him back in future arcs.
A la
Simply
Palpatine.
A la Palpatine, a la JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yes. That's all I'm going to fucking say.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure has, I think, has the worst problem with this. With Dio, I don't know why you keep bringing him back. He died in the first. Ooh. Or my least. Oh my god, this one. And we are now doing our fifth bringing up of Dragon Ball Z in this episode, where a lot of my tropes come from. Cell and Frieza. Cell and Frieza, we keep bringing back no matter how many times they die, i.e. Golden Frieza in Resurrection of F, Dragon Ball's original resurrection after the original series has ended, and that was their start to this whole super arc. We brought Golden Frieza into this, and I thought, why? Why did we bring him back? Out of all enemies that we could have come back into the series, we had to pick the most milquetoast villain ever. And then we brought Boo, but Boo was towards the end of the Boo saga where him and Hercule became friends. I was cool with that because they weren't trying to bring him back as an enemy or as somebody that was a driving force for a plot point. They brought him back as just a normal character to be Hercule's companion, which that's fine. That's cool. I'm okay with that. I'm fine because you have Hercule's cowardice, but being able to live in the current generation, like the current world, and having the knowledge of that. And you have on the other side Boo, who has the intelligence of a child, but is an earth shattering being.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a great way to bring him into the series. Which, if you read Super, you know that there's a lot more that goes on with Boo, which that's Super. I got my own gripes with Dragon Ball Super. But then the last one, we couldn't think of any new villains to bring in. Okay, we already passed through 2 arcs. We passed through so many villains. We brought through Hit, um, everybody in the Tournament of Power from different worlds and different universes that we could have easily brought into Earth to have the Z fighters face all of them. But nah, those don't. We don't need to bring them back. We don't need to bring them back. We're okay. So who do we bring back in Dragon Ball Super Hero, the movie, the most recent piece of Dragon Ball Super media that we have? We bring back Cell. And not only do we bring back Cell, but we bring him back 900 feet tall and give Piccolo a transformation so we can stop putting him on the back burner so everybody on r/Dragon Ball Z will shut the fuck up for 5 minutes.
I don't think anybody gives a fuck about the Reddit community about Dragon Ball Z because they rank among some of the most toxic motherfuckers on this world.
But can he be Goku? But can he be Goku?
Here's the number one thing is, would Superman beat Goku? Yes. Well, can he beat Super Saiyan Goku, God, Ghost, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3 Goku? Yes.
Oh my god, those people. Can he beat Ultra Instinct Goku? Yes. A million times fucking yes.
Yes, he can and will. Superman is a god. He has no limits to break. He has no limits to bypass. He has nowhere further to go. He is a god. Goku is a human, or he's a fucking whatever Saiyan, who has to constantly reamp himself or reinvent himself to defeat the new threat. Superman is somebody who has to tone himself the fuck down to fight galaxy-ending level threats. He has to turn it down for that, okay? Goku is nothing. He is a fly to be swatted.
I mean, if you think about it, if you really think about it, Spider-Man could probably beat Goku's ass.
That was a little bit more difficult, but in the end, yeah, if Spider-Man lands... Okay, if Spider-Man, after he's trained by Shanshin, yeah.
I say prime Spider-Man. Prime Spider-Man, after all the training, after all the years of life events that happened to him, wholesale could beat that ass.
Yeah, after
explain to me your Dio reasoning there, dead man, because I have mine.
Because when I forgot what the fuck the channel is, Death Battle did Alucard from Helsing versus Dio. They were like, Dio wins.
Why?
Excuse me.
Hold on. Why?
Everybody in the comments was like, no. Alucard is a god level threat in his universe. In any universe, he's a god level threat because this guy is the monster to kill all monsters. He is the monster. Dio is a dick. Oh, he has the power of the whatever the fucking, what are they called? The stands or whatever?
Yeah, yep, the stands.
He has the power of the stands. It doesn't matter when the guy you're fighting doesn't exist in 3 dimensions. Like, he is...
No,
I've always hated Dio, and I've always I've always hated that plot point because I'm like, if you can't come up with a better villain, if you can't come up with better circumstances, and all you can do is just keep bringing back Dio, you know what I mean? It's bad fucking writing. And Dio, on top of that, he's a terrible character. He's not even a good bad guy. Like, get
No,
fucked.
no, he is. He is boring. He is
No, he
boring.
is.
Like he is a boring villain. There's nothing redeemable about him. I swear I think people who watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure smoke more crack than most of the citizens in Detroit. You cannot
I'm
you
trying to
cannot
like, I'm
watch
trying to
this.
like articulate the whole fucking deal because like this is years, okay? This is years. My brother DJ tried to get me into JoJo's, and I was like, cool. You know what? I kind of like it. I kind of like the idea of the stance. I kind of like, like, your power's not limited to you, but to the world around you, and how you can interact with it, and how you even perceive the world itself can affect your power, can affect your stand. I'm like, that's cool. It's all very psychological at some point, but then you have Dio. And Dio breaks every single one of those fucking rules constantly. Oh, well, you know what? Not only did I kill your father, but your father's brother, your brother's father, your father's father's brother, your brother's cousins. Then I killed his wife and his daughter. Then I killed his dog. Then I killed his dog's cousin, who was also owned by your father's uncle's father, father's other maiden uncle. Like, I don't give a flying fuck, dude. Like, you
Done.
did,
Like,
and on top of all of that, like, you really think that if you harmed my family, I wouldn't find a way to end you permanently? Especially if I have something as powerful as a stand. Like, you really think that I wouldn't fucking find a way to rip your soul asunder 1,000 times?
soul asunder.
But no, because it's Dio, it doesn't matter what you do to him, he just lives. Get fucked.
Yeah. No idea how. It just keeps happening. It just keeps happening. No matter how many times you do it. You're like, oh, so we're just gonna ignore everything possible about this. Yeah. We're not gonna question any of it. Nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
This doesn't make sense. Okay, and what
No,
more do you want me to explain on this?
but that's just it, right? Yeah, we have all these rules. We have all these rules about all these other characters that when they die permanently. But not Dio. Dio can break all these rules and come back infinitely. So,
And I know there'd be people that'd be like, "Oh, well, it's because of this certain reason right
oh,
here,"
it's
and you're
because of
like,
this,
"What?"
because of this, and I don't give a fuck. They wrote the rules for everybody else. How they did not apply to that piece of shit character.
They apply to everybody, not just your character. Okay, they apply to them all.
I mean, it's just, yeah, you're right. If it applies to one, it should apply to all. And that's actually something we very much pride ourselves in at Dark Charm. If it applies to one character, it applies to all our characters.
Just like one of the scenes coming up, there is a scene written where it's like transforms. It, we are in the params of a certain building. Like if you're in the parameter of a certain building and you grow 7 foot tall, those ceilings aren't that big.
Yeah, and when we declare this character or this character or you know what I mean, this thing is more powerful than all these other things, there is not one situation where all these other things suddenly become more powerful than this character for the sake of the story. It doesn't work that way, and it should never work that way.
They're dead. They're dead for a reason.
Yeah.
Dead.
End of fucking story. I hate that shit. Let's see. What is the last fucking trope I hate that I absolutely goddamn hate? And this is gonna piss a lot of people off, especially on the book talk side of things. Give your character a backstory. Okay? Trauma is not a backstory. Trauma is not an excuse for your character to act like a piece of shit. Period.
Yeah. Nope. I'm fully with that. And the people that Usually when you bring that up in an argument, people's go-to for that is, well, what about Guts?
Guts has been a piece of shit since day one.
That's
Always
not.
has been a piece of shit. He was a piece of shit when he was a child.
He was a
No.
mercenary.
Yeah, no, he didn't just wake up one day all of a sudden because of trauma and become a piece of shit. He's always been a piece of shit. Guts since his childhood was a piece of shit.
Ready to kill. He was ready to fight. He was ready to do whatever it took to survive in the world that he is in.
So yeah.
But trauma just made him a little bit more closed off and everything.
Yeah, his trauma responses come with other characters' interactions, but not his own. Like, I hate that. I hate that. Give your character a backstory. Trauma is not a backstory, and trauma is not an excuse for your character to act like a piece of shit. That's the trope I fucking can't stand. Oh, my character likes to fucking disrespect their partner, or say these horrible things to their partner because I
His
don't know,
mom
trauma.
said some mean words to him when they grew up. So now he just treats everybody like that. It's like, that's off there, man. What do you mean? I mean, like a perfect example of a good way to use trauma is like as a character building thing is Chainsaw Man, is Denji.
Yeah.
Denji is a great way, and I'm so sick of people saying it's a gooner manga. If you say Chainsaw Man is a gooner anything, get some fucking media literacy. Get some media literacy in your brain stem. Use it. And I hope for all of you Makima people, I'm waiting. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm waiting. And another way. I know we were talking about that. This is completely derivative from what we're talking about. But I've seen a lot of discourse on TikTok, and I have to bring it up. If you want to see a good definition of a good written villain, look at Makima. Look at how she is written. Look at how she is perceived in this world. She is a good example of how you write a villain. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. I mean, from what I know coming up, from what I know from the story arcs coming up, she is vicious, and she is really, really one of those characters that flies by under the radar, and until she can't.
I'm so ready for season 2. I'm so ready to watch all these people just have a fucking burst. I'm ready. We've seen it with the Ray's arc. We've seen people have breakdowns over the Ray's arc movie. I'm just waiting. Wait till the end of part 1, my boys. Wait till the end of part 1.
Well, that is our time before you get into spoiler territory. Why don't you sign us out?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you have joined us here tonight on BT Network, your one-stop shop for everything nerd culture talked about. We may not talk about it now, but we'll talk about it soon enough. If you enjoyed what you listened to, why don't you go ahead and go follow us on all major platforms, including YouTube.
Why is your audio fucked up? Hold on.
I don't know. I didn't do anything.
Your audio's all weird.
Is it all weird now? Is it all weird?
No, there you go. That's better.
Okay. Probably because I got real close to the microphone. If you enjoyed what you listened to, please follow us on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. We are all over the place. If you like listening to our voices but don't want to hear us talk about current events, you want to hear us act out different characters and different scenarios, not even including nerd ones, then please go check out Dark Charm Radio, which is available to listen to on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts, the one place you go to listen to your shows. Please go give it a listen. Give us a like. Let us know what you think of the shows. Let us know if you dislike the shows. If you like the shows, we'd like to hear it. If you dislike them, we'd like to hear it. We are always down for constructive criticism. And I think that is all we have to go. We will be back next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same bat time, same bat channel. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you for being here. Whether you were here for 1 minute, 10 minutes, an hour, the entire thing, we just appreciate you giving us your time of the night. As always, I am Gibby. And beside me, as always, the big Spaniard, Dead Man. We would like to thank you for coming out and joining us tonight. Have a wonderful day. Have a great evening. And as always, please, for the love of God, I know it's cold out there. I know there's snow, but that does not stop you from keeping your balls clean. Have a good night.
Good night, folks.